Hi everybody, thanks for joining me. I am Lynn with Plasma Energy Solution, and this is October 22nd, 2020. And oh gosh, for us, we were going to have 1 to 3 inches of snow last night. So far we have over 2 feet. So there you go. I guess our forecaster was from South Florida. Okay, so what I want to talk to you about today is the buy one vial and get one free special we have for October. And if you purchase any Plasma Energy single vial that's valued between $77 and $97, you can choose a free vial of Peace hand and body sanitizer, mosquito fly relief, or indoor-outdoor plant. If you purchase any vial from 157 to 197, you get your choice of many vials: healthy bladder, clean mouth, clear mind, cold flu relief, eczema relief, inflammation relief, insomnia relief, headache relief, herpes relief, healthy collagen, tinnitus relief, toothache relief, thyroid support, UTI vag relief, healthy man, healthy pancreas, healthy woman, life support, Lyme relief, memory support, new tech frequency relief, or parasite cleanse. So there's quite a choice for you there. And if you order multiple vials, you will get multiple free vials. And that special applies to vials that you order between $77 and $97, or between $157 and $197. Okay, so that's our special, and I did want to talk about Dream Big. I'm sorry, Be Brave. And this is one of our $157 vials. This might be a really good time for it in our lives. And it has energies from anxiety relief, from cold flu relief, from lung support, life force, new tech frequency relief, peace, and many more energies that include the Korean B9 salt I talk about very often, the shungite, the silver, the gold, the CBD, the C60 energies. So zinc is also an important ingredient in this, as that is for the emotions. So why am I focusing on Be Brave today? I want to tell you, I just wanted to bring this up again because it's such an awesome story of people working together to solve a really bad situation. 10 years ago, the world was glued to the TV set watching the dramatic rescue of the Chilean mine workers. There were 33 men that had been stuck at 2,300 feet underground starting August 5th to October 13th. They survived 69 days with limited resources and without access to the outside world. On August 5th, they were working in a mine in Chile's Atacama Desert when a huge explosion blocked the passageways. When they were able to explore the damage, they found the explosion was a huge block of stone as tall as a 45-story building, and it weighed 770,000 tons. It had fallen from the mountain into the mine. The mega block of stone blocked any way in and out of the mine, making escape and rescue nearly impossible. The men quickly realized there was no way out and the situation was dire. It was possible they would never be rescued and they could be buried alive or die of starvation. Ultimately, it would be 17 days before they made contact with anybody on the surface and another 52 days for the rescue operation. When they were rescued, all 33 were alive and almost all were in good condition. A few had to have medical attention due to pneumonia and dental infections. A major reason the world was drawn to the mining accident story was their amazing survival mindset. And I do have this as a blog on my plasmaenergysolution.com website, and also our sister website, smarthuntersupply.com, if you'd like to read it for yourself. The men put every survival skill they had learned into their survival. So here's what they did. They organized their days and their survival habitat. And Luis Urzua, the 54-year-old shift supervisor, was credited for leading the group into a survival mindset. On realizing they would be stuck underground for a possibly lengthy period, he organized systems that were necessary for their survival. He used the underground truck to function as a makeshift office and used the lights to simulate daytime and nighttime. He organized the habitat for sleeping, working, and disposing of waste, and he organized a schedule. They regulated their food intake. In the first hour of their entrapment, the group emphasized the importance of regulating food intake. They understood they might have to subsist on whatever they had in the emergency cabinet. Well, here's what they had. Cans of peaches, peas, tuna, along with 24 liters of condensed milk and 93 packages of cookies. That was for 33 men. They rationed the amount of food. They avoid having anyone starve to death. They stretched what was intended to be emergency rations for 2 to 3 days to 2 weeks until they made contact with the surface. Every man who emerged from that situation had lost between 17.5 to 20 pounds when they were finally rescued. They utilized first aid. When they got fungal infections due to the high humidity and the 95 degree Fahrenheit heat, some suffered eye and respiratory problems, but otherwise they were unscathed, and they used some very basic first aid supplies that were helpful. They found ways to move about and play. With no end in sight, they recognized they needed to exercise. They made it a point to move around the 1.2 miles of galleries underground. In addition, they took time to play games, beginning with a makeshift checkerboard and pieces from a piece of cardboard. Once they made contact with the outside world, they received video games of sports to view, cards, dice, and music players. They created a democracy and worked together. When trapped underground for 69 days, they could have easily turned on one another. It could have turned into a story like Lord of the Flies. They also encouraged hope. And one of the men was quoted as saying, "As a group, we had to keep faith and we had to keep hope. We had to all believe that we would survive." When someone had a bad day, the others in the group encouraged him. We were determined to keep hope alive throughout the entire ordeal. An engineer managed to get 33 copies of the New Testament and 2 Bibles sent to the men to attend to spiritual needs, and each was personalized with the name of the miner, and specific verses were tagged for hope. We hope this story inspires you. Now, there was another part to this story. They were actually rescued by the efforts of a team from men around the world, and this is an account, a West Virginian's view from behind the gates by Bill Maloney, and this was written in 2011. And he was on vacation when he heard about the mine disaster, and he had also heard that the mining company said, well, they found out they were alive after 17 days, but they figured it was going to take at least 4 months to extract the 33 miners from 2,100 feet below the surface of the earth. He started making phone calls to colleagues and who were involved in the underground ventilation committee from the Society of Mining Engineers. And he lists, I also have this on the website if you'd like to, I have the link on the website in the article blog that I told you about. And so he started networking with these people from all over the world, because there were some of them that had developed different drilling methods for accessing, making shafts and such in the mines. He said, while I had never been in Chile, I had spent my career drilling ventilation shafts, mainly for coal mines in Appalachia and other U.S. coal fields. I felt a bond with the trap miners. I had founded North American Drillers in 1984, a company that started drilling 24-inch holes for mine dewatering. And over the years, we grew into drilling up to 18-foot diameter shafts. We became Shaft Drillers International, and he talks about networking with other people with similar types of companies. He said initially he exchanged emails with some of the people with the mining company down in Chile, and they had Plan A and Plan B plans with those who were contacting him from around the world. The Plan B was one of the 3 rescue attempts that was approved by the Chilean government. It required DTH technology, which is a heavy steel piston with carbide and diamond impregnated bit that vibrates up to 1,500 times a minute and turns as it pounds. So they started with this at an 11.5 degree angle. And they did this when they arrived. They started the work in Chile on September 4th, and this was after all the planning that people had done in cooperation from around the world. A Chilean drill team had already drilled a 5.5-inch hole in the ground to enable air and supplies to reach the trapped miners. The Plan B team had to ream or enlarge a similar hole, first to 12 inches and then to 28 inches, using an LP drill and 4 hammers. He talks about hitting a snag at about 800 feet when one of the drill bits hit a rock, and they spent a week fishing out broken pieces of that drill so that they could resume drilling. Nobody had ever tried an LP drill like ours at this angle, and that we encountered for the distance we had to go. After working out the kinks, the team reached peak boring speeds of 20 feet per hour, reaming the 12-inch hole just over 6 feet per hour, widening the hole to 28 inches. While the drillers lost and worked out numerous drill bits, they were still able to reach the underground mine workshop at 8:05 a.m. on October 9th. On October 12th, the first miner emerged safely in a capsule that the Chilean government dubbed the Phoenix. A little more than a day later, and 70 days after they were imprisoned in the mine, all 33 miners had been raised to the Earth's surface, where they were embraced by family members and greeted by Chile's President Sebastián Piñera. The rescue of these Chilean miners was the most daunting in history. Never before had men survived after being trapped for so long under the Earth's surface. For members of the Plan B team, though, the success had been a sure thing from the get-go. None of the members involved ever doubted the ultimate success of Plan B rescue mission, and personally felt we were all there for a reason, and God was watching over us the entire time. This is just an awesome story. It's an awesome testimonial to how people can survive under very tough circumstances, what looks like hopeless circumstances. And it's also a testimony to the men who gathered together to solve the problem from different companies and different parts of the world. You know, right now we're not watching that sense of cooperation. It doesn't seem we're seeing much of that around the world, at least in what we're being presented as what is called news. And it definitely seems not to be working at all in some of the cities in our country. I hope you'll take this to heart, and if nothing else, all of this starts with each one of us. I've been sending peace files out with a lot of the orders that have come in, and it's my hope that you will take those files and share them with other people, and that you will put that peace, spray that peace around your environment and create a dome of peace and encourage others to do the same. You know, sometimes we think one person, what can one person do in the face of everything that's going on? Well, that's my suggestion. That's what one person can do. So I want to remind you again about Dream Big. And I did Dream Big this year at the, I'm sorry, I keep calling it Dream Big because I did that one at the same time. I did Be Brave when everything started to unravel based around what we were being told in the news about a certain virus. So take this all to heart and do take a look at our October special, and feel free to share whatever plasma energy you have with those around you. We may come to a time that that's some of the most important things people have in their pantry. So I want to thank you again for taking the time to watch this. And again, the websites are plasmaenergysolution.com and smarthuntersupply.com. And do give me a thumbs up if you've liked this video, and please do share it with others. Thanks again.